जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Prabhupada Jaya Jaya. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Nashta Prayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishchiki. Amagyanvirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Tadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utabada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha. Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devo. Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshchaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschyatta Deshatarine. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshchaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Niti Namine. Srivarshabhanavi Devi Daitaya Kripabdhaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha. Madhuryojjala Premadhyam Shri Rupanuga Bhaktita Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostate. Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddhapa Siddhanta Dvanta Harine. Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murtaye विप्रलम्बारसाम्बोधे पादाम्बुजायते नमः। नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगावरायते गौराविर्भावभूमेस्त्वं निर्देष्टा सज्जनप्रियः वैष्णवसार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषै नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। जयतां सुरतोर्पङ्गुर्मामन्दमतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्वापदाम्बोजौ राधामदनमोहनो दिव्यद्वृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमादः श्रीमद्रत्नागारसिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद्राधाशीलगोविन्ददेवो प्रष्ट्रालिभिस्सेव्यमानो स्मरामि। श्रीमान् रासरसारम्भी वंशीवटतटस्थितः कर्षं वेणोस्वनेर्गोपीर्गोपीनाथः श्रियस्तु नः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So I was asked to speak on 3 verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 2, and 3rd, 4th and 5th. These 3 verses. Very interesting verses. Now, as we know, the second canto of Bhagavatam, actually Sukadeva Goswami starts speaking because Parikshit Maharaj had asked the question, Mriyamanayaha, for a person who is about to die, what is his kartavya? What is he supposed to do? So, in this chapter, he is answering that question. Then somebody may ask say objection that for a person is about to die, then the Vedas are saying so many things in the Vedas, especially Shabdha, Shabdasya hi Brahma Esha Pantaha. Esha Pantaha, in the scriptures, there is a path already given. Why are you asking question? That is the question. The question is, when scriptures, when Vedic literatures have already given a path, then why are you asking this question? Just go study the Veda, do different yagyas. Yan namabher dhyayati dhir apartaihi paribrahmanastatra na viddatertham maya maye vasanaya shayanaha. So Sukadeva Goswami, he answers this question saying that though Shabdasya, in the Shabdas, in the scriptures, Vedic literatures, there are so many sections, especially talking about how to enjoy in this world and how to enjoy in the heavenly planets. Like in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna was about to speak about Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yogam Timam Shunu. You hear about Buddhi Yoga. And the Buddhi Yoga is so wonderful that Neha Vikramanahosti Pratyavayona Vidyate. It is such a wonderful thing, this Buddhi Yoga, which is having no nasha, no destruction in this path. And there is no question of any reduction in the path. Na Pratyavayona Vidyate. Svalbam Pesa Dharmasya. Even if you practice little bit of this Dharma, Buddhi Yoga, then Trayate Mhodo Bhayat. You will get rid of great Bhaya. Then Krishna was afraid that when we say Buddhi Yoga or Karma Yoga, somebody may take the Karma Kanda section in the Vedas and confuse with Karma Yoga. And that is what is happening throughout the world practically. When you say, take this copy of Bhagavad Gita, Gita I know. Then, do you know? What do you know? Karmanyevadikaraste. Then you say, what is the next line? Not required. This is the only line, that's all. Next line is also not required. So people are thinking that Krishna had to come down all the way and then he had to tell all of us to do your duty. Is your boss not enough to tell that? Your boss is enough to tell that. You do your duty. Your wife is enough to tell that to do your duty. Your husband is enough to tell that to do your duty. Your parents are enough to tell that to do your duty. So now people think Krishna spoke Karmavad. In the entire Bhagavad Gita is just meant because Arjuna is a Kshatriya, though he is supposed to do fight, that's all. That is a full stop of Bhagavad Gita. So I am a teacher, so I am teaching. I am an engineer, I am doing engineering. I am a husband, I am taking. So this is the goal of life. This is what Veda says, this is what Krishna says, this is what Bhagavad Gita says. And I just have to do my duty and forget about it. Now I am having a factory, running a business of alcohol. It's my duty to produce alcohol and destroy many people's life. So in this way, people have an idea that Bhagavad Gita is teaching Karmavada. Karmavada means just do your duty. And other things forget. So this duty is very much good, appreciated in the Vedas. But that is not the goal of life. Neither the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is duty. Krishna did not tell Arjuna to fight because it is his duty to fight. If Krishna would have told Arjuna to sweep the floor of battlefield of Bhagavad Gita, he would have swept the battlefield of Bhagavad Gita. Because the purpose of Gita is not Karmavada, it is Bhakti. How? To give you a small example, though Krishna has spoken to Arjuna that you have to do your duty of a Kshatriya, but that is not the real reason for which Krishna told Arjuna to fight. That is what is a very interesting subject matter all devotees should know. Because practically everybody who is born in India, they think that Bhagavad Gita is for Karmavad. And I am doing my karma and that is what Krishna says and so I am practicing Bhagavad Gita. No, that is not the reason. For that, we should take a nice, wonderful example. Though Krishna externally is telling Arjuna, it is your duty to fight, you fight, but that is not the real reason. Duty is not the real reason. How? I'll give you a small example. The example is like this. You go to a restaurant, now there, the waiter, the person who is serving, he also serves you food. Now you come home, your mother also serves you food. Now, both are doing their duty. But is there any difference? What is the difference? There, in the restaurant, he is doing his duty. Isn't it? You are paying the money, so he is doing his duty. But mother, how is she serving? With love. Is she thinking it is my duty to serve, that is I am doing? No. Though it is her duty to serve, but she doesn't think that it is my duty. She is thinking that I have to serve, it is my love. Out of love she does. So, there is a distinction between duty and love. So, there are two platforms, duty and love. The platform of love, that is what Krishna demands. That is why if you want to understand any verse of Bhagavad Gita, you have to understand based on Manmana bhav bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishta satyam te pratijane priyosi me. So this Karmamada is defeated in the Bhagavad Gita. That is why Krishna in the very beginning itself, when we really starting pravachan of the second chapter, when he talks about the body and soul, and then he talks about 7 verses, 31st to 37th verse, 7 verses, he speaks to explain to Arjuna. Arjuna, you told, how can I enjoy without with fighting with those people? And I'll tell you, Arjuna, even if you want to enjoy, you have to fight. Because if you fight, you will win the war, you will enjoy the kingdom. If you don't fight, then you will suffer because of non-performance of duty in this world. And you will suffer in the hell because of non-performance of duty. People will say in this world that you are a kayar, you are a coward person. That is why you ran away. People will laugh at you, you will suffer in this world. And in the next world, because of a non-performance of duty, you will suffer. But if you fight and win the war, you will enjoy the kingdom in this world and enjoy the kingdom. And if you fight and die, you will go to heaven and enjoy because you performed your duty. So in both cases, Whether you win the war or don't win the war, you enjoy if you fight the war. If you don't fight the war, in both cases, in this world and in the spirit, in the material, in the Swarga, in both cases, you'll suffer. So he's after speaking in the 7 verses, then he says, now I'm going to speak to Buddhi Yoga. Then he starts speaking that there is a distinction. The distinction between Karma Yoga and or Karma, Karma Kanda and Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga, another name of Karma Yoga is Buddhi Yoga. So now he says that, please listen. Vyavasayatmika buddhir eke kurandana bahushakayanantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. He used the word bahushaka. And who are these people who are bahushaka? Those who are practicing Veda without knowing the purpose of Veda. Kamatmana sargapara, janma karma falaprada, kriya vishesha bhola, bhoga ishwarya gatim prati. So those who are kamatmanaha, those who are so much interested in satisfying their desire, kamatmanaha. So in this world they are not happy with the enjoyments of this world, swargapara. Let me go to Swarga and enjoy. Janma karma falaprada. Just I have to celebrate my birthday, my daughter's birthday, my son's birthday, this is just go on talking about different activities, kriya, vishesha, special activities which are just meant for some social gathering and enjoyment. Kriya vishesha bola, bhoga aishwarya gatim prati. Whole purpose of my life is to use Veda to enjoy, to accumulate money and enjoy. So this is the purpose of life. So these are known as karma kandis, the karma vadis, karma mimamsakas. So now, when we talk about Upanishads, when we talk about going back home, back to Godhead, and we talk about attaining liberation from this material world, they say, why? Why we should liberate? Because Veda says, do something practical. There are theory part of Veda and this practical part of Veda. So what is more important? Practical is important. So the theory is meant for who? Langu Pangu, those who cannot do karma. Why? Upanishads are there because Upanishads talk about renunciation. And they say renunciation is meant for those people who are useless, but who can do something. So for them, karma is there. So karma is superior to the knowledge part of the scriptures. They say that somebody is a blind person, somebody is a deaf person. So he cannot do karma. So let him go to forest and then read the Upanishads and think of going, attaining some liberation. But the goal of life is to enjoy. So enjoyment is there in this world. So let us enjoy by using Veda. That is the philosophy of Karmavada. Even till today, many people think like that. That if somebody is useless, then he should do bhakti. It is meant for useless people. If you are really good, why are you wasting your time in doing bhakti, chanting and then reading all these things? Just work hard, get money and enjoy. I still remember in our ashram one day, one devotee came and told me, one brahmachari came and told me, Prabhuji, somebody wants to meet you. I told, what is the reason? They want to give their son, make their son as brahmachari. I thought, what is this? First time happening. Everybody runs away and then from the house and joins. And it's a unique case. I thought they must be very pious people. So maybe I just went and met them. I asked them, where are you coming from? They told, we are staying very close to Jew temple. I thought I was shocked. Jew temple, very posh area, and they were looking also very rich. And the son was very good and very, very handsome, very young. Then I told, yes. They told me, we want our son to be in the ashram. Then I told, it's a unique case. I never heard something like that. Do you know about ISKCON? Oh, we go to ISKCON. Every 2-3 days we go. We are just staying next to the temple. I was shocked. Somebody staying next to Jew temple means they must be having at least, their building must be their flat or whatever, maybe minimum 5 crore rupees. So I thought, why? I told, you are any children? He said, I have my only son. Only son, they want to give to ISKCON as a brahmachari, and he was looking very bright and very effulgent. Then I told, okay, no problem. Then mother told Swamiji, Prabhuji, whatever expenses for our son is there, we'll pay for it. I told, that you don't worry, you give donation to temple. Krishna takes care of all of us in the ashram, no problem. We have Bhaktivinoda hospital in front of and everything is there, don't worry about it. Then she told, he has got some monthly expenses for medicines. So then I told, that you don't worry, whatever you want to give, we have hospital, we'll take care of him, no problem. So then I asked him, are you chanting? He told, I'm chanting. 8 rounds he's chanting. Then I asked some questions. So he knows the philosophy of Krishna consciousness also. So I was shocked. How is it happening? It's a miracle that they want their son to become a sadhu. Oh, it's a big thing. I'm breaking my head with the congregation to give your son. One family has 3 sons. They don't want to give one son also. When I ask them, they start coming to temple also. So how is it possible? They are double initiated, triple initiated also. They are not willing to give their children to us. And here, when somebody just staying next to temple, he want to. Then I told, okay, now. Then the mother told, for his medicines, we'll pay the money. I told, what medicines? I asked, what is the problem? Then the father started telling, you see, he is very good, but he has a mental problem. He has a mental problem. So then I just took aback, it's a mental problem. Then the mother became very desperate and she started telling, Prabhuji, please keep him in the ashram. Then I asked her, why I want to send your son to the ashram? My language it became different. Why you want to send your son to the ashram? Then she told, you should be. I felt like crying. She told, Prabhuji, वैसे तो ये हमारा काम का तो है नहीं. Anyhow, he is of no use to us. If he is in the ashram, he'll do some bhajan, he'll be benefited, na? Just see, this is the world where we are staying in. Anyhow, he is of no use to us. That means she is so convinced that useless people should join the ashram. If somebody is useless, then he should go. So this karmavad is so deeply embedded in our consciousness. So deeply. It is more dangerous than atheism. We have Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Purvamimamsa, Uttaramimamsa. These philosophies are there. But the greatest opponent is karmavada. Karamimamsakas, Jaiminis Karamimamsa, who propound that useless people should take bhakti, or those who take up bhakti are useless. If you are really, you do something in this world, get some degrees, do some establishments, and be a winner, successful, be successful. So this ideology that karma is superior to jnana and bhakti, that is very deeply embedded. That is why Krishna, he made sure that there is a distinction between karma yoga and karma kanda. In these verses, kamatmana, svargapara, janma karma, vishesh kriya vishesh bhola, bhoga ishwari kadim prati, etc. And then he talks about karmannevadhikaraste. In spite of he clearly distinguishing himself or distinguishing between the karma kanda and karma yoga, when he starts describing karma yoga, that is karmannevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana, still people's intelligence is so dull that they carry forward the inertia of karma kanda, karmavada into this verse also, which talks about bhakti. Karmannevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana, ma karma phalaheturbhur. It is actually talking about bhakti. And now they totally misunderstand this verse and think this verse is also talking about karmavad. No, it is not talking about karmavad. Karmani eva adhikaraste. My dear Arjuna, through Arjuna is telling all of us, we have the right to perform duty. Number 1. Number 2, karmannevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana, ma phala. No, you don't have the right over the result. It is like one person who is a owner of a company, he advertises for a job. And in the job he says only those who accept the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, they are allowed. to even attempt come for the interview. A few devotees, they went, Bhagavad Gita, very nice, let me go and apply for a job. So you applied, you are qualified, you will be appointed for the job, and very good. So now you know Bhagavad Gita? I said, yeah. There's a verse written, Karmanye Vadikaraste. In our company, we follow this rule. So you have the right to perform your duty, but you have no right over your salary. Hey, Bhagavad Gita, you see, you applied. The condition was that you should follow Bhagavad Gita. So then he was shocked. Then you see further line, you see, Karmanye Vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Third line. Ma karma phala. Why you don't have the right over your salary? Because the company is not making profits because your hard work. Ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala hetu. You don't think that you are the cause of the karma phala. You don't think you are the cause of karma phala. That is why you will not get salary. You don't have right over the salary. Okay, I work and I don't have the right over the salary. It is not because of my work. The company is getting profits. So why at all I should work? No, Krishna says, fourth line, what does he say? Mate sangot swakarmani. Don't be attached to non-working, that means work. What is this? What is this, bhai? It's a crazy thing. One thing is, I have to work hard and I have no right over the salary. And okay, even I accept that, chalo, I'll work without any salary. But still the company is not, even that credit of, because of my hard work, company is making profit, even that is also not there. But still I have to work. What is this? Crazy verse. So the whole purport behind it is like that. Karmani eva adhikaraste. You have the right to perform your duty, but not over the results. Because the results are given by Krishna. Two people work hard. One person is successful, other person is not. The other person was not successful, he was more intelligent also. He worked more hard but still could not get the result. But there is third person who is neither intelligent nor worked hard, he got better result than both. It happens in this world. It happens in this world. And it happened with me. Still now I'm completely confused how I could crack the entrance exams of my engineering. It's a fact. I just went, one multiple choice was there, something I wrote and then I was shocked. No? And where I wanted to go, worked hard, could not get. So that means what? It is karma phala pradata. It is Krishna who gives the results. So since Krishna is the person who gives the result, you don't have the right over the result. Ma karma phala hetu. Don't think that you are the controller. I have worked, that is why result came. If I am not there, Prabhu, nothing would have happened. What to speak of that? If I were not there, the sun would not rise in the east tomorrow. Because I am alive, that sun is rising. So, controllership. Number two, ma karma phala hetu bhu, this controllership. And the other one is karmani vadikaraste ma phaleshu kajana, enjoyership. So what Krishna is telling, give up these two mentalities. I am the controller, I am the enjoyer. Krishna is talking about surrender. Even while you are working, you will be surrendered. That is called karma yoga. But now this karma mada entered into karma yoga, and that verse which is talking about surrender to Krishna, when you are working in this world, that they have misunderstood as what? If I work hard, I will get the result. And because I got the result, I should enjoy. So there is a big misunderstanding. And this karmavad is actually the greatest opponent of us. That is why atha to brahma jigyasa. Generally, we hear the explanation or the purport for this particular aphorism of atha to brahma jigyasa, the first aphorism Vedanta Sutra, as since now you got a human form of life. Now, since you got a human form of life, therefore, now, other authority refers to therefore. That is for the general mass, explaining the general mass of what is the first aphorism of Vedanta Sutra. Prabhupada gave this thing. But when you are devotees, then you are now understand the actual context in which the Vedanta Sutra starts. Vyasa wrote these Vedanta Sutras to basically defeat the Karamimamsa, Karamavad. And the word Atha there refers to the question. What is the question raised by the Karamavadis? Why I should inquire into Brahman? Why I should inquire into God? Why I should sit here and hear Bhagavatam and all? Why I should do all these things? Why I should stand? Why I should get up early in the morning? Why do all these things? Because Veda says, do this karma. And we are doing our karma. And why inquire? Then we may say, no, the result of karma is only temporary. It is temporary. And the Karmavadis say, how can you say result of karma, enjoyment is temporary? These Karmavadis, they have proved enjoyment is eternal. They are not ordinary people. They are very sophisticated people. They are very intellectual also. They say, how do you say that enjoyment is temporary? Now mango season is coming. Enjoy. Now you say mango season gets over in 2 months, 3 months. Till June, maximum July. But another mango season will come. So, this enjoyment, even material enjoyment is eternal. Now, mango season gets over, another season comes, another fruit comes, enjoy that. In this way, they have proved the eternity of material enjoyment. And now these Vedantists, they say, no, you have to see that material enjoyment is not only temporary. You may prove it as eternal, but still it is suffering, it is not enjoyment. It is only material suffering, there can never be material enjoyment. And they start Ataha because of that reason. Therefore, inquire into Brahman. So, you may be thinking, we asked Prabhuji to speak on second canto, second chapter, third verse, and what is going on here? Because the third verse starts with this word Atha. The third verse starts with Atha. So I have to give some background to it. Atha kaver nama so yavadartha. Yavadartha. So those kavihi, that means those who are intelligent people. Who are those intelligent people? Those who understand the word Atha, or those who understand this particular aphorism of the Vedanta Sutra, which is Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Those who understand that, they are known as intelligent. That is why in the Narada Vyasa Samvad, first canto, fifth chapter, Narada tells Vyasa, Tasyaiva hetu prayate tako vidau na labhyate yad brahmatyam uparyadaha. Yad brahmatyam uparyadaha. You go up to Brahmaloka and go down to Loka. So there also question has been erased. What is the question? The question is that when Veda is speaking about so many practicality, sometimes we gave a class, Janmashtami time, I still remember, 3 hours Krishna Katha went on Kaliya Daman Leela, full nice explanation. And after that I just asked any questions, and just as a habit, no, any questions. So then one devotee asked question, Prabhuji, can you give some practical lessons from this? Then I became very angry, but I could not show anger. Then I asked him very smilingly, what more practical can be there? Sitting for 3 hours and hearing Krishna Katha? Can there be anything more practical? Sitting for 3 hours and hearing Krishna Katha, and your mind is so much engrossed, everybody's mind is engrossed in thinking of Krishna, hearing the pastimes of Krishna. Do you think can there be any more practicality in this? The most practical thing is this: sit and chant Hare Krishna, sit and hear Bhagavatam. There can be nothing more practical than that. But because the karmavad, which our consciousness is carrying for generations after generations, we think something practical, Prabhu, something practical. The most practical thing is to chant and be happy. Except that everything is happening. Except that everything is happening. Because of karmavad. So, atha, kavir means intelligent person. Atha, those who have understood the importance of engrossing our mind in Krishna, absorbing our mind in Brahman. Here Brahman, in our case it is Brahman means Krishna. So, ataha kavir, intelligent people, they understand we have to absorb our mind in Krishna. Yavadartha, what they do? Yavadartha. Yavadartha means whatever is required for their maintenance of the body, that much only they are pursuing. This is the whole crux of the next three verses, including this third, fourth, and fifth verse. The whole verse, whole of the other words in the further two verses in this verse also is based on this one line called Yavadartha. Yavadartha means what? Whatever is required for my maintenance of the body, that because this body is given to me for sadhana, for achieving Krishna, for serving Krishna. That is the only purpose for which the body is being given to us. So what is required for the bodily maintenance, I take it. That is why Vyasa, Narada tells Vyasa, Kamasya nendri priti labho jiveta yavata divasa tattvajnasa nartho yascheha karma bihi. Very interesting verse. It says Kamasya naindri priti. Kama. Don't connect desire to sense enjoyment. Very simple. Kamasya naindri priti. If you connect desire with sense enjoyment, then you will be crying whole life. As long as the desire is there for sense enjoyment, there will be only crying, only suffering, nothing else. In spite of all the achievements, there is only suffering. When you connect desire for sense enjoyment, kama. When kama, it can be only accomplished by artha. Artha means money. When artha and kama are together, they suffer. We think that money, what I earn, is for me to enjoy or satisfy my desires. As long as this is there, even though artha is very good, kama is also very good, when they are put together, they cry. For that, I'll tell a story from the Ramayana, Viragava's commentary. Ramayana, you know, Ram, Lakshman, Bharata, Shatrugna, all were born. Of course, there are two versions of how they were born. And the Madhva version talks about they were born in the span of 1.5 years. And now Shiva Vaishnava version says they are born in just one. Rama born Navami afternoon, and Dashami, all the other three were born. So we have their birth. So what happened? Ram was born to Kaushalya. Next day, morning, Bharata and Shatrugna were born to whom? Sumitra. And Dashami afternoon, who was born? Lakshmana was born to, Sumitra. Lakshmana was Ram, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna. So Bharata was born to Kaikeyi, and Sumitra gave birth to whom? Lakshmana and Shatrugna. If you see Ram, after that Bharata was born. And then Lakshmana and Shatrugna were born. If you want to tell their names in line, how you should tell? Ram, Bharata, because who was born? Ram, Bharata, and then Lakshmana and Shatrugna. But we don't say like that. What is the reason behind it? The reason is like that. The story goes like this. There we have your Sumitra, who has given birth to Lakshmana and Shatrugna. Both were crying. Both were crying. And now here, she came to Ram. She came to Ram, Kausalya's place. And there Ram was also crying. Small babies, they are not even drinking milk. And Kausalya was very much upset, what to do. So then she made both of them sleep. Sumitra made Lakshmana and Shatrugna, both of them sleep next to Ram. Then what happened? All of a sudden, Ram started smiling. And Lakshmana also started smiling. Both were very happy. Then Sumitra told, Kaushalya told, you see, you keep your son Lakshmana here only. And here now who is crying? Shatrugna is still crying. Then Sumitra, she took Shatrugna and then went to Kaikeyi's place. So, let me see what she's. There Bharata is crying. And she made Shatrugna sleep next to Bharata. So then both were smiling. Then she told, I will not give your son, because you take him and he starts crying. So that's Sumitra. Gave birth to two children, but as soon as she gave birth to two children, she gave one to Ram, one to. Why? What is the significance behind it? Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma. What is the definition of Ram? Who is a personification of Dharma. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma. Lakshmano Lakshmivardhanaha. Lakshmana is called Lakshmana because of Lakshmivardhanaha. All Valmiki Ramayana uses these words. Bharanat Bharataha. Bharata is one who is actually carrying the weight. Bharanat Bharataha. And Shatrugno Nitya Shatrugnaha. So Viragava says that how these four personalities are Supreme Lord Himself, who came, who are none other than the personification of the Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Rama is Dharma, Lakshmana is Artha, and Shatrugna is Kama, and Bharata is Moksha. So now, Sumitra gave birth to two, who? Lakshmana and Shatrugna. Shatrugna is Kama, who is Shatru of ours? Kama. And Lakshmana, Lakshmivardhana is Artha. When Artha and Kama are put together, what both were doing? Crying. So when you connect Kamasya na Indri Priti, the whole purpose is to actually separate Kama and Artha. If you put them together, if you think money is for my enjoyment, they only cry, misery. That is why you find in South Mumbai there are so many people who are stinkingly rich. Their flat will be itself 15-20 crore rupees. And they are suffering like anything. Only family of four. Four of them, each of them got four cars, Mercedes, everything. But they are crying. I went to, when temple construction was going, I went to one family like that. He called me he wanted to give one check for the temple construction. I went there. And in the whole big house, everything, I was just sitting alone. And the daughter came, and then one young daughter told her, father is coming, and she just went and she was her own. Then after some time the father came, I was talking to him. Then he started crying. First time I'm meeting, just imagine. First time I'm meeting, he started crying. Then he explained to me, it's miserable life. Such a miserable life. And I told what happened, because I was confused, because I was not knowing him, neither he knows me. Some of our congregation devotee, he called him and then told, give some money for the temple. Then he just asked me to go and collect. So he started crying. I don't know what happened to him. Then I asked, what is your problem? Why? He told, I want to tell you one thing, Swamiji. See, all these things are there, but I am frustrated. And what happened? He told me, just previous week, her daughter, or his daughter, birthday was there. He spent at least 3 lakh rupees for the dress and some gadgets, some shoes. Just some dress, designer wear or something like that. Then he told, yesterday, we were all sitting in the dining table, and all of a sudden she told, Papa, I want 70,000 rupees. He told, why? No, I want to buy another dress. Then he just told her, 16-year-old daughter, told her that, Beta, just last week we got the best dress, everything. Why you want? Just hearing this word, she became so upset. She just stood up, went to her room, locked herself, and she's not coming out. Since yesterday, I just asked. It is not I don't have money. Whole property, everything belongs to us. Just one question he asked. Just imagine what is the frustration. What do you imagine the frustration of the daughter and the frustration of the entire family? Then I told, maybe I thought it must be the special case. But Swamiji, it is like that only. It is like that only. These days children or have wife, they just don't bother. They just want their desires to be fulfilled, that's all. And we work hard and hard and hard, and just because to make them happy. And I do my best to make them happy, but it's not possible. I'm not able to make them. The only reason is their whole life is based on one philosophy. I have to earn more so that I can enjoy more. The more I earn, the more enjoyment is there. And more than that, enjoyment is based on satisfying my desire. This is what is making us suffer and suffer and suffer. Because by earning more, I can enjoy more. And the whole purpose of my life is to satisfy my desires. And if I satisfy my desires, I'll become happy. That is why in our childhood, I still remember, small, belonging to a middle class family. My grandfather was a railway employee, and we were small children in railway quarters. So my grandfather, he used to ask us, small children also, and what all you want. He would make a list of what all items is required for everyone. He used to ask personally, make a list. And we used to scratch our mind what all things are required. We had to go to the market and purchase. It was once in a month it was an outing for going to the market. So you'd make a list of all the items, what all required. Then he would say, okay, we'll not go now, next week. Oh, very happy, no problem, not now, okay, next week, chalo. We would wait for that day. We could go there, and then I still remember there was like ice cream company called Joy Ice Cream. You would get that thing once a month. So it was that was the marketing, that was the shopping. So after 1 week, I still remember he would take the list again. He read out, you wanted this? No, I don't want that. Somebody, you wanted this? No problem. If it's not there also, no problem. And that list, which was huge with 100 items, would become hardly 15 items within 1 week. Just a week before, everybody thinking, we want this, how can I live without that? Within 1 week, the whole thing got changed. Not required. There are so many things we buy which is not required. This is Vedic culture. That is how people used to save money. That is how they were happy. Because they knew the nature of desire. It is flickering. What you want today, you may not require it tomorrow. What to speak of not requiring, you don't want it at all. It is from simple items like pen, pencil, cloth, shoes, etc. This may go all the way up to people, relationships. An young boy would fall in love with a young girl, and she would fall in love with a young boy. Both are in love with each other. Say, I cannot live without you. I love you. And get married. They give up their parents and get married, only to get divorced after 6 months. I cannot live with you. So much desire you had, what happened to that? 6 months gone. So that is the nature of desire. So don't use your hard-earned money for satisfying your desire, because your hard work will be wasted. And the same money which you have used for satisfying the same desire, you may feel that I did a mistake of satisfying the desire of getting married, of buying this thing, or buying a flat. We were one down in Saxeria, very big person. He was, initial days he go, first seed money for a temple he gave. He called us for temple, I went for kirtan. And then Marwadi family, the in-laws are very strict. They would not allow the bahus to do anything. So in-laws went. And then after the kirtan, she came and sat in the sofa, and her husband was also there, and a few children also there. Then we were just talking about the temple, what is the design we want to do. I asking him, he is a donor, so we had to involve him somehow. Then, you know what the wife told me? She told me, प्रभु जी आप इनसे मत पूछो कौन सा क्या लगाना है, क्या कचरा, देखो ये कचरा लगा दिया. Their flat is worth 25 crores. And just imagine what is the position of the husband. In front of a sadhu, she's telling, it's a kachra hai. Then he had to do some defense, isn't it? Then he told her, तुम्ही तो पसंद किया था. You only liked it, this flat. That is why I purchased. You only liked it. वो था, अभी पसंद नहीं है. Change कर दो उसको. Is it a sari or what? So this is the nature of desire. The nature of desire. Know it. It's very. It's a criminal sitting in front in your consciousness. It is a criminal. It is murdering our life. Criminals are not outside. Our desires are the criminals. So intelligent person, kovidaha, means one who is able to discriminate or distinguish between desire and need. What is needed? That person is intelligent, needed. So whenever you want something, keep it on hold. At least for a week. At least for a week, keep it on hold. You will find that you did not require it. You did not require it. You may say, Prabhu, this is for sadhus and this is for sannyasis, it's not for grihasthas. No, it is for grihasthas. Because even a sadhu or a sannyasi has a desire, there is no means to satisfy the desire. So, this formula of knowing the desire, the danger in the desire, the criminal in our desires, is actually meant for grihasthas. It is not meant for sadhus. Even sadhu has a desire, I have a desire to buy a car. Oh, okay. He'll tell the desire, keep quiet. I cannot do that. I cannot buy. There is no opportunity. So, the life is quite peaceful. Because even if you have desire, you have no means. You have no bank account only. What to speak of bank balance? So it comes and goes. No problem. That is why it's very peaceful life, very happy life. To be in the ashram. Whatever comes and be happy. So much comes, no problem. For prasadam. So be happy. It's quite easy. But it's very complicated to be grihastha. Because you have desires, at the same time there is means to satisfy the desires. If no means, there is an opportunity or there is a hope to get the means to satisfy the desire. So that is why the control is more. In the grihastha ashrama, the control should be more. Sometimes when people read these three verses, they think, oh, it's for sadhus, kinjal karado, satikandulo. The verse further says that when you have so much of ground, why you require a bed? When you have your hands, why you require a pillow? I was reading that verse when I was in ship. I was working in a ship, merchant navy, wherein there's a port. So I was reading this section of Bhagavtam. Then we have separate cabins, a small cabin in a ship. Then I saw in the bed there was a pillow. Then I thought it's really true. When the hand is there, when our own arms is there, then why you require a pillow? So I just took the pillow like a dead rat. Because initial days Vairagya is too much. And afterwards you'll come back to normal. I do nirjala, I do all kinds of things, and then when you fall sick, then you come back to normal. So Bhagavatam says, when you have your own hands, why you require pillow? And then took the pillow like this and kept it outside the cabin. And the steward came to clean the room, the toilets. He came and told, why do you keep the pillow outside? Then I told him, come here, read the verse. Then he looked at me, he told, made hands, and he ran away. He told, if I stay more time, he will remove all my pant and shirt also. He'll only send me in langot. He was a Christian. So, there's like those many stories are there in the ships. So I remember, whenever this verse comes, I remember that day. He was so shocked, he did not come to my room for 2 days. Because he read the Bhagavatam verse, he was so afraid. Then I thought, just imagine, when truth is spoken, people are so afraid. It's truth. It is actually more comfortable. It is. They are not. These verses are not saying something wrong. Principally, they are speaking truth. Of course, the truth, when it has to be spoken, Bhagavatam uses the fourth gear, the fifth gear. It speaks some extremities to drill a particular point into our consciousness because of our jada buddhi. Because our consciousness is so jada, it is so blunt, it requires a driller to get these sensitive points into our consciousness. And that is why extreme examples are given. Sometimes people say, oh no, chanting Hare Krishna, Narayana name, one time Ajamil chanted, he got such a high destination. Yeah, extreme examples are given to show the glory of the holy name. It is not a rule, but exception. Bharat Maharaj was in the level of bhava, he fell down. How? Anybody in the level of bhava is high bhava, there is no question of falling down. But example is given, extreme examples are given to show that if you are alone, even though you may be at the level of bhava like Bharata, you will fall down. Association and devotee is important. So, to drill a particular point into our consciousness. So, extreme examples are given. So, these examples which are given here, like the second verse, Satyam Shito Kim Kashipo Prayase. When the earth is there, what is the use of bed? It's not that tomorrow onwards you go on the earth and you sleep there like Mahavishnu, some water coming and all. No, it's not that. The principle is that. The principle is what is required. What is required? Use your intelligence. That requirement may be different for different people. It may not be the same for everyone. For a child, there is a particular requirement. For a woman, there is a particular requirement. And for a person who is in a particular strata of society, there is some requirement. So it may be different. But the principle is the same. Requirement. What is required? Not everything what we want is required. Not everything we desire is going to make us happy when it's satisfied. So this is the principle. Satyam Shitokim Kashipo Prayaser Bahu Swasiddhe Upabarhane Kim. Bahu Swasiddhe. When you have your hands, even till today I don't use a pillow. From that time I'm so used to it. When a pillow comes, very difficult for me because you're just used to it, that's all. Not because you don't use pillow from tomorrow, not the reason. The whole point is that I've been not using it, that's why it's like that. Satyanjalo kim purudhama patriya. Why you require different vessels when you have hands? There's one Swamiji called Karapatri Maharaj, very famous. There's one Karapatri Maharaj in India, a great sadhu. Karapatri, Kara means hands, Patra. One who uses hands as Patra. Somebody gives something, just take, that's all. So, Digval Kalado Satikindukulo. Digval Kalado. Dik means directions. When you have directions as your Valkala, when you are as your garments, why you require Satikindukulo? Why you require clothing? That means you don't become as Jain Sadhu. They are Digambara. Dig are directions as Ambara, as their clothing. So, in this way, somebody may say that, if you don't have clothing, how will you get rid of cold? It's very cold. How will you get rid of cold? Chirani kimpa pati nasanti dishanti bhiksham. No, there are trees. And there are so many barks of the trees you can wear. That is the best protection for yourself. And there is a tree, there is a big hole inside. Go and sit in that hole. No, somebody may say, that I want to wear something. Okay, still you want to wear something. Nah? There are so many torn clothes. People are just throwing it. Good, nice, wonderful dresses they are throwing out. You find it. And now somebody will give alms for you. And somebody may say, okay, you are talking about clothing and all. What about my hunger? Then, Naiva grihipatya parabrata saritopya api ashumyam. So if you say that I feel hungry, then there are so many trees which are giving nice fruits, eat them. And what about water? I fall hungry, I'm thirsty. Then so many rivers are there. You go to the river, drink some water. Are they dried up? Rudha guha kim madito nopashamam. So, if somebody says that, what about my protection? Somebody has to protect me? No. Krishna is there to protect everyone. For that reason, kasmad bhajanti. Why you are endeavoring? Why you are kasmad bhajanti kvayo dhanadhur madhanda? This is a very interesting point. Why are you serving somebody? Dhanadhur madhanda. Those who are blind, infatuated by the pride of having money. Why are you just going and serving them? Have you forgotten Vishnu, who is the ultimate protector of all of us? So the whole purpose of these two verses is to bring you to the point. Last line. What is that? There is Krishna to protect you. We accumulate things not for just eating, not for just the body, not for some comforts of the body. The problem is security. For security, you go on accumulating more and more things. For eating, how much you can accumulate? Okay, this much. That costs much, not much endeavor. Okay, for some function, how much you can accumulate? You spend, okay, somewhere it is required 10,000, you may spend 1 lakh rupees. But the desire to be secure, that is the strongest desire anybody can have. There are 4 things which are common between humans and animals. Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, Maituramcha. Among all the 4 things, what is the most important? Okay, somebody says Ahara, you are eating. Don't talk my example, somebody else, for example, you are eating. And a terrorist comes with a gun, what will you do? Wait for some time, let me eat. So what is important? You are sleeping and a terrorist comes. Earthquake is there. Let me sleep. Later we'll think. What is more important? Security. Ahara, Nidra, Maithuna. You have a family. All of a sudden earthquake comes or something happens. Who is the first person to go out? You go, Arey, mera beta. Arey, wait, no, if you came out. And after that you are thinking of your son because you ultimately you are dear to yourself, isn't it? So the most important is what? Security. This is where, especially Indians, they fail to keep a limit for their security. One person came to me around, he was just around 40, 45 like that. He once in a while comes to temple. One day he came to me frustrated. He told, Prabhuji, I just want to be with you. I want to travel with you. Where are you going? I'll just take your bag and then travel. I'll do all services. Then I told, come, Prabhuji, just give me 4 or 5 years, that's all. And I told, okay, 4 or 5 years. Why? Prabhuji, just I want to make 2-3 crore rupees and keep it in the bank. Just 2-3 crore rupees. I told, how much? Prabhuji, 3 crores, fine. I am my family, they live their life. I just want to travel with you only. I am frustrated. I told, okay. Then for 15-20 minutes I asked about family and after talking. Then he's about to leave. Then I told him that remember your promise? 5 years you're going to come back. Prabhuji, don't worry. Within 7-8 years, I'll come. Just only 8-10 crores, that's all. Within half an hour, 2-3 crores became 8-10 crores. 4 years became 8-10 years. So, see, crazy. This is called craziness. Because the desire to be secure makes a total fool out of you. And why there is a desire to be secure? Because we are not taken shelter of Krishna. We are not taken shelter of Krishna. I still remember when the temple construction was going on, one person he gave me, we had some amount kept for the opening the Abhishek. He came in and gave me cash. And I told, don't want it. Because I know his condition, his family's condition and all. I told, don't. Then he told, Prabhuji, I want to do Abhishek. I told, I'll get some money from here and there. I'll put your name on the Abhishek list. Don't worry. Then he told me, no. I told, where do you get the money from? I know your condition. You are in loan. Your condition is very bad. So then he told me, Prabhuji, I have taken a loan. I told, I don't want this money. And he told, if I don't give money now, I don't know when I am going to give. So please take it. Then when he told that, I took it. And I was actually on my way to meet one person, one devotee only, initial devotee, to ask him for some funds for the temple construction. Temple opening ceremony was opening. He had not given, he was been promising. And he and his wife both are earning 1.5 lakhs each. You know how much they gave? Each one gave 1,100. I was just thinking. Then I asked him, why are you giving so less? For 5 years you're telling I'll give. This is the money you're giving. I don't want it, I told. Then they both of them started crying. Prabhuji, what to do? We don't have money. You see, on one hand, there is one person who is surrendered. He is Bhagavan dekh lenge. And on the other hand, one who has taken shelter of the bank balance. One who has taken shelter. Young, just got married. Both are earning. But still, they are having fear what's going to happen. The more we depend on our assets, the more we depend on our income for our security, the more it will be difficult for us to live a peaceful devotional life. People think these things give security. It is not going to give security. It is the nature of this, the wealth, that it makes you, it drags you to do more. And that is the reason our society is suffering as a whole. Because we are brahmacharis, we are grahasthas, we are sannyasis, no vanaprasthas. And vanaprasthas are the most important people in a society. Sannyasis go around, vagabonds, spiritual vagabonds. Brahmacharis children, they have no idea what they are doing. Grahasthas are very busy in their own life. Who is going to think of the society? Our children. Who is going to think about uncared woman? That ashram is missing. Why? Because nobody is thinking of putting a full stop. Why? Because they are worried. Oh, inflation, bank rates are reducing. I have only 2 crores. Earlier I thought I am getting 8% in FD. Now it's only 4%, 5%. What is going to happen? See, a person who is earning 2 lakh rupees a month, he also has financial problem. And then a person who is only earning 15,000 a month, he may not have financial problem. This financial problem is not because of less money, it is because of mind. Have you ever seen a pig having a financial problem? A dog having financial problem? Family problem? No. It is self-created. We have created it's like a ghost in our mind. It become a ghost. You find a person is living even with 20,000 rupees a month. And person is feeling it is very difficult for me to run a family with 2 lakh rupees a month also. What is the difference? I know my driver, he was earning 15,000 rupees a month. He would not send his wife to work. And all his 3 children, they go to the school, they are also giving good marks, very good, everything. You go to their house, he eats and he feeds very nicely, no problem. And on the other hand, you have so many people who are earning so much, but still, Prabhuji, how to run a family, we don't know, both have to work, and we have to send our children to school and tuition and that. You create a big mess out of your life. It is all mind. And what is that? Not taking shelter of Krishna. That is why the 5th verse, the last line, we finish here, take more questions, that is, Kasmat bhajanti kavayo dhana durmadanda. Kasmat, why people have to take shelter of those people who are durmadanda? Not only madanda, anda means blind, it is durmadanda. Bad pride, durmadanda. Why? Because is the Lord not in your heart? Somebody say, no, tiger may come and kill me. See, the same Lord who is in your heart is also in the heart of a tiger. There will be a person very comfortably sitting, he may have a heart attack. There may be a person in the jungle with all tigers around, he would be sleeping peacefully and nothing would happen to him. You may be having a security, 7-level security, alarms, all these things. A burglar may come and steal all your gold. But you may have lost a piece of cloth in the forest, but it will be so secure. If Krishna wants, he will keep you secure. Mare Krishna, Rake Khe, Rake Krishna, Mare Khe. It is not only meant for pravachan. It is meant to realize. So we stop here. Any questions? Yeah. Very good question. You really got to the point. See, what has happened is, I want to eat pizza, so I make it prasad. It is not Krishna prasad, it is actually my prasad. I want to eat pizza, so what I do? I get that thing, put it in front of Krishna. Krishna, eat, make it prasad. Just see, you are the Lord. He has to eat because you have to eat, he has to eat. He is Swaraj, he can do anything. That mentality. I just gave this example so that people understand that to satisfy my desire, I use the principles of scriptures for my satisfaction. So, and like the example of pizza, the same way what we are using is the principle of offering, we are using it for my satisfaction. In the same way, the principle of Yukta Vairagya has been used for my satisfaction. Yukta Vairagya is also a Vairagya. First you should be a Vairagi to be Yukta Vairagi. Actually, to be a Vairagi is more easy. To be Yukta Vairagi is more difficult. More difficult. So the qualification to be a Yukta Vairagi is to be a Vairagi. That means you are engaging in Krishna's service. First, if you see the verse, read the verse. When we say Yukta Vairagya, and once is a congregation like this in some temple, similar question, Prabhuji, can you tell me Yukta Vairagya? Then I told, do you know the verse? He told, Yukta Vairagya Muchyate. I told, what are the about 3 lines? I don't know. Huh? And many things, like by default, we are all coming from India, so the basic mentality of the Indian will be there. What is that? You know one line and you think that I am a scholar. Like Karmane Vadikarasti. Other 3 lines is not known. In the same way, if you say, how many of you know bhakti? What is the definition of bhakti? Rishikesh, Rishikesh Sevan, Rishikesh, Rishikesh Sevan. What are the other 3 lines? I don't know, Prabhuji. Other 3 lines are unknown. This is called Ardha Kukutanaya, means half hen philosophy. Rishikayena Rishikaisha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate, that we have heard, everybody memorized. But what about the other previous 3 lines? The crux is there actually. Serving Krishna by our senses is not bhakti. This is what the line says. You see the Sarva Upadi Vinirmuktam. Serving Krishna with our senses, considering myself as a servant, that is bhakti. Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam Tatparatvena Nirmalam Rishikayena Rishikayisha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. The same way, Yukta Viragyam Uchate. What is the previous? First line is Anasaktasya Vishayan. Got it? First you should be Anasaktasya Vishayan. Yatarhau. Second point. Upayunjataha. Third one. Nirbandhana. Krishna Sambandhe. Yuktam Vairagyam Uchate. So, entire verses. First is Anasakta. Who is qualified to practice Yukta Vairagya is, first who is Anasakta. First is unattached. Number two, Yatharho. And he also knows how to use it. Like for example, somebody gives me a camera. I am not attached to it. Fine. But even though I am not attached, I should know how to use it. Isn't it? If somebody gives me some electronical thing, I am not very conversant with that. So I don't know how to use it. So yatharhu upayanjataha. You should know how to use it. Okay? Third one. Yatharhu upayanjataha nirbandhanaha. If it is there, well and good. Not there, well and good. These three conditions make a person qualified to practice Yukta Vairagya. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he went in the car, big car, at that time only 3-4 cars were in India. He went to Radhakund Babaji to show what is Yukta Vairagya. He went with 3-piece suit. He was a sannyasi. Who can do that? Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was approached for learning Bhagavatam, so he said, I want to learn Bhagavatam, so please tell me, where should I go and learn Bhagavatam? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, go to Ramananda Rai, Pradyumna Mishra. Pradyumna Mishra went there to Ramananda Rai's house. Next time when you go to Jagannath Puri, from there you go to Alarnath. From the bay back, you will find there is a house of Ramananda Rai. Please visit that place. Very nice place. 3.5 associates of Chaitanya came from that particular place, and none of them went to Vrindavan. So much for our Vrindavan Yatra. They were just Chaitanya conscious. Ramananda Rai, Shikimaiti. So he went there. Then the servant told, please sit. I'll find out where is Ramananda Rai. He came and told Ramananda Rai is very busy. What is he doing? He is massaging the bodies of 2 young Devadasis, young girls, and he is giving them bath. He is personally decorating them, the ornaments. And when Ramananda Rai came to, I just came to meet you. He did not feel why I should hear Bhagavatam from him, Krishna Katha from him. Went back. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked that did you hear Bhagavatam? He said, no, I could not hear because I heard he's doing all these things. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started glorifying Ramananda Rai. He says, Mahaprabhu says, even when I see a kashtaptali, when I say a wooden doll of a woman, my mind gets agitated. But Ramananda Rai is so intimate. But still, there is no vikara because he is seeing them as Jagannath's servants. Only Ramananda Rai has the authority for it. To do anything, we require yogyata for it. We should be qualified for it. Without qualification, if you do something, then it will fire back. Same way, to practice Yukta Vairagya, even Vairagya, there should be qualification. One has to act according to one's adhikar. When I say qualification, adhikar. Without adhikar, you cannot just do anything just because you can do it. Just because you can do it, it doesn't work. You have to have adhikar for it. Okay. So I think you are running out of time. I don't mind if you. I can take 100. Yes, Mataji. That is why you are not supposed to speak those things to general public, because he. One minute, yeah, coming to the point. Coming to the point. I understand. And this is for devotees. Now, Vairagya and Bhakti in our line, that is the line of Chaitanya, are non-different from each other. How they are non-different from each other? Saramabhattacharya, he coins very beautiful words. Vairagya vidya nija bhakti yoga siksharthameka purusha purana Sri Krishna Chaitanya sharira dhari kripambudhiryastamaham prapadhe. Unto that Chaitanya, who is Kripambudhi, the ocean of mercy, I pay my obeisances. Who appeared, who is Krishna himself. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Shariradhari. Krishna himself appeared as Krishna Chaitanya. And what is the purpose of his appearance? Sikshartham ekaha. The only purpose of his appearance is Siksha. And what is that Siksha? Vairagya vidya nija bhakti yoga. This is the Siksha. Now, I'll answer your question. Not answer the question, I'll answer the purpose for which you asked the question. In the due course of my class, if you remember, I told that these things which are spoken in these verses are to drive a particular principle. If you remember, I told, just because you heard it, it is not that tomorrow you go and sleep on the road. It is to drive a particular principle. What is that principle? That is spoken at the end. That is to surrender to Krishna, surrender to Krishna, surrender to Krishna. Having lot of wealth, a person may be surrendered to Krishna, having lot of wealth also. A person may be very poor but still may not be surrendered to Krishna. So, depending on a particular situation, particular position in a society, we have to define what is required, what is desired. When Ambarish Maharaj, when he has to clean the temple, what kind of broomstick he'll use? A golden broomstick. Savaimana Krishna Padaravindayor Vacham Vaikunta Gunanu Vardane Karor Harer Mandira Marjanadishu. Amrish Maharaj used to clean with a golden stick, like golden broom, like Puri. In Jagannath Puri, the king comes. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was completely mesmerized. His heart became completely Dravibhuta, seeing the humility of the king of Jagannath Puri. He is Prataprudra, he is sweeping the. And with a broom, what was the broom made up of? Made up of gold. And he was sweeping. So, king requires a golden broom to sweep the road in front of Rath Yatra. So, when I go there, or anybody of us goes there, no, I want a golden broom, then only I'll see. Hey, this is crazy. Require normal broom is enough. Water fine, you fine enough. So, essential principle is just sweeping the chariot. And you sweep according to your position. For example, if Pratap Rudra could not get a golden broom, is he dependent on the golden broom to sweep the floor? Because he was not attached. He is not dependent. So the problem is not with having, the problem is with the depending. Where is our dependence? Are we dependent on our wealth, our ability, our family, our this thing? Having them is not a problem. Depending is the problem. So we have to depend on Krishna, and bhakti means dependence on Krishna. So when you say that emphasis should be on bhakti, we are emphasizing on bhakti. Even when these verses are spoken, our emphasis is only on bhakti. And vairagya is the outcome of it. We are not stressing on vairagya. In one sense, to give up something is not our philosophy. To accept Krishna is our philosophy. So even when these verses are spoken here, especially in Bhagavatam, there are some places where so much is spoken about forest of material enjoyment. 5th canto, some verses come. That also should be explained keeping bhakti as the essence. That is why these purports are known as Bhakti Vedanta purports. So naturally, when anybody who is trained in the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy speaks these verses, they will bring out bhakti as essence even from the hardcore vairagya principles. I answered the question. Yes. Very natural. Anger comes because of the previous sanskars, it will come. How is only by sadhana. Only by sadhana. It takes time. It takes time. Definitely, we are in the process of self-realization, and these things definitely affect us, our consciousness. And anger comes, and immediately something is spoken, all these things happen. Two things. One is don't do it in public. And so that you will avoiding offenses, expression. And usually children, women have the right to express their anger to their mothers and wife, to the husband. They are given that license to do that. So you should understand, they have license for that. If you don't give that license, it will go public. That's one thing. Number two, increase your sadhana. Especially getting up early in the morning and chanting Hare Krishna. There can be nothing more powerful than that in this world. Just get up early in the morning and chant Hare Krishna. So, in our house, we have dustbin also, we have bathroom also, we have toilet also, and at the same time, you have a hall also. Isn't it? So what do you do in the dustbin? Put all the kachra. So you're a spiritual mentor, especially husband and all. They are like a kachre ka dabba. Temple president, he's another kachre ka dabba. Hey, Prabhu, she don't like that. All the dirty things go put on him. That is why. I am self-realized in that. 20 years. 3-4 temples, not 1-2. So you require, everybody requires that. At the same time, you have a hall where you sit and live your life. At the same time, you require good sadhana. So getting up early in the morning and chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. If that is done, for a period of time, maturity comes. Krishna definitely reciprocates our sadhana. Definitely. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for a wonderful, nice explanation. We would like to chant one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra for Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Having is not a problem, just dependence is the problem. So wonderful explanation.